slightly, wider, but ultimately it's about, can you stop the batter from hitting you out of the park? It's about the lengths. It's about change of pace. I've just had a chat with Dan Christian. He was surprised the spinners bowled as quick as they did yesterday. So spinners, if you're listening, take pace off. Bowl slower. Wider,
News to the middle. Be a batter here.
Well, our first match of the day today is going to be Australia taking on Nepal. And let's talk about Australia for a sec, because they scored the joint highest total yesterday in the tournament, and they also beat England. You must be very pleased, Brad.
Oh, look, very pleased about that, but England were a little disappointing yesterday. I thought they didn't bowl well. They just allowed Australia to get away with it, but Australia came out with intent. Wood up first, and then Daniel Christian coming in, and Hazlitt just playing that conservative role in the middle, just helping out the other batters. But also in the field, I think Australia, out of all the teams that we've seen, were the sharpest in the field. What do you think, Abhishek?
Yeah, absolutely. They were very sharp on the field, and as you mentioned, they look a very balanced side. You look at the top four, they all managed to get runs, and Dan Christian, he turns things around on himself. He is one of the best you will find in the business.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and Nepal were also fantastic. I have to mention, they also beat England yesterday. I mean, they're looking like a good team today.
See, that's what you want to see. You want to see a team like Nepal beating a team like England, Australia, and India. That's what this competition is all about. Yes, you're always focused on the top sides in the world, but it gets exciting when the associate nation beats the top sides.
I'm very nervous about Nepal versus Australia today, because Pritesh, the left arm quick, was the best bowler that I saw yesterday. He was brilliant against England. And then you've got Joshi and Rashid Khan with the bat. Yeah. I'm a little nervous about the Nepalese players.
What about you, Abhishek? Are you nervous? No.
No, I'm a bit nervous. It's always exciting, and as he mentioned, it's always good to see these teams beating the top sides of the competition.
All right, well, it is all about the sixes here at the Hong Kong Sixes tournament. If you are able to hit sixes, then you will be doing really well here. Now, the teams scoring more sixes have been doing well here. The first on the list there is Asif Ali, who scored 14 sixes, followed by Nizakat Khan from Hong Kong with 12 sixes, as well as Mohammad Saifuddin from Bangladesh, 12 sixes. Brad, are you able to hit sixes? In a tournament like that, would you want to go out there and hit sixes? Would you be able to do it now?
I'd love to have been able to play a tournament like this. It's just sensational. If you can handle the bat as well as bowl, it's ideal conditions for you to play. And just looking at those teams there, Saifuddin yesterday, I think Saifuddin is probably one of the most valuable players here, because he's good with the ball, very economical, but also good with the bat.
All those players we will be definitely looking at today. Now, Australia will be taking on Nepal in the first match of the day here today at the Hong Kong Sixes. Both the captains are ready, and let's see who the coin will favour. It is toss time.
Day 2, match 11, and the toss is all ready to go. Let me introduce you to the three people here. It's the match referee who was there all yesterday, Mr. Gandhi. Again, thank you so much. Sandeep Jora, who is the Nepalese captain, and of course, Dan Christian, who is the home captain for Australia. Right, Dan, you have the coin in your hand.
Tail.
It's a tail.
And it's heads. Australia won the toss. We'll have a bowl.
Dan, you've won the toss. What are you going to do first, and why?
We're going to have a bowl today. We batted first yesterday against England and did that pretty well, so I think today will be a good opportunity to have a bowl and, just to try something different in this format.
I listened to your post-match interview, and you talked about this surface, an excellent surface to play cricket on.
Fantastic surface, yeah. We were very impressed with the pace and the bounce in the wicket. We thought it was really, really good, and obviously with the small boundaries as well, it's, perfect for this format and perfect for lots of runs.
Have you talked about, as a captain, to try and hit as many sixes because of what gets you through in the latter stages?
Not really, no. We're just literally trying to hit every ball for six, and, we got away with a few yesterday, so hopefully we can do that again today.
Team changes?
James Pattinson's having a rest, and Andrew Feckerty's in for today.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Sandeep, you lost the toss. What would you have done first?
We have put on the ball seam.
A good win yesterday against England. You're still in the cup, but a good opposition against Australia.
Yeah, it will be great fun to play with Australia. Looking forward to the dream match.
And your team news?
Same news. Same.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So the news from the side is Dan Christian won the toss. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to have a bowl first.
Alrighty, well, Australia is going to bowl first. It promises to be another fast-paced, thrilling day here today at the Hong Kong ground. Now our commentators are ready. Australia, Nepal are coming your way. It is time to head to the live action.
Well, it's day 2. Welcome, everybody. Wonderful occasion for all the nations to once again show what they can do. We are in Hong Kong, a wonderful part of the world. Great to be back. Hustle and bustle of downtown. The Halloween celebrations have been in full flow over the last couple of days. A hot tourist spot. People coming from all over the world to get their snaps and get some culture. Wonderful cricket. Some fantastic cuisine. It's match 11 from Mission Road Ground, Mongkok. Australia against Nepal. Both sides had a wonderful day on day 1. What will day 2 hold for these nations? We had 2,000 fans in yesterday and we're expecting more of the same today as the games heat up and the action makes its way towards the knockout stages. Well, for Nepal, same team, Ryan Campbell. They were brilliant yesterday. What do you like about these guys?
And they were brilliant. It actually took me aback a bit that how well they played, how easily they were hitting and clearing the ropes. They were absolutely fantastic. I think they would go into the game full of confidence, but they're up against a very, very good Australian team. There's one change in that Australian team. Pattinson is going to have a little rest this morning. But again, it's a very, very strong lineup for Australia.
Yeah, Andrew Feckerty is in. So look forward to seeing how he goes about his business. We are going to have another action-packed day. 10 more games to entertain you from, it's 8:30 local time. We'll go through to about 5:30. So we've got Australia, Nepal and India, UAE. That is a huge game. India versus UAE. India were absolutely walloped yesterday against Pakistan. New Zealand, Oman, well, New Zealand have had a pretty poor time, truth be told. England, I saw some of England last night. They were looking a little bit down and out.
Yeah, they've been a little bit disappointing, the England outfit, but it's all about what the Nepal can do today. These two young men, the captain, Jura, he was absolutely outstanding yesterday. And they're going to take it to the Aussies early, I have no doubt.
Well, Sam Heasler had a good day yesterday as well, with the ball.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Well, day 2 of the Hong Kong Sixers. Yesterday was fantastic. 209 sixes. Bat dominating ball. What will day 2 have in store? Left arm spin to get us underway. Oh, a juicy full toss. That should have really gone the distance. We'll give him a little bit of leeway because it's 8:30 in the morning. Hoggy, how are you? The biggest smile in the world.
Neil, I'm fantastic, mates. Absolutely fantastic. Sensational. Get up early. Get off to a good start.
Well, hit leg side and Dan Christian has his fielders in the correct position. How was your evening, gentlemen? Hoggy, Cambo, how was your night? What did you do?
Very good, mate, very good. But you're complaining about starting at 8:30, mate. If you're down in Australia working in the shearing shed, you would have been up and gone by 7:30. So stop complaining, cricketers. We should be starting earlier.
Cambo, any riposte?
Mate, then there's normal people who get up, but, you know, with young kids. I was at the Callan Cricket Club last night, actually.
Look at this for an over. 4 balls, just 3 singles on a dot. Brilliant off your own bowling. That's where you have to dominate. Tall man for a finger spinner. Must be, 6'3". Did well to get down. Now then, we're just seeing Yorker after Yorker. This is as good an over as we've seen thus far.
Got away with it beautifully here. He's bowled nice and full. The Nepalese batters haven't been able to get underneath him yet so far. So good for Australia.
Oh, you got to finish well. You didn't. He went for the Yorker. One too many times. First over done. 10 without loss.
सिद्धि टाइटंस ने जीती बुल्स से सांसों की पहली जंग। अगली सदर्न डर्बी कौन जीतेगा? रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकर प्रदीप या हाई फ्लायर पवन? वॉच प्रो कबड्डी लीग राइवलरी वीक बेंगलुरु बुल्स वर्सेस तेलुगु टाइटंस टुडे at 9 p.m.
But again, 10, that's a great number. Australia against Nepal, two sides who had a wonderful day yesterday. Australia, one change, Andrew Fekete into the side as Patterson is out, he's having a rest. Nepal, unchanged, no surprise there. We're going to have a look at him. Now, what can Andrew Fekete bring to this Australian side that we haven't seen thus far?
I'm just going to be interested to see if he goes length or go for the Yorker like Heslett.
Oh, he's going to get hit for 6. That's what he is going to do. That's not a great start.
Well, if he's going to keep bowling like that, he won't be in the team next game, but he's a bit of a late bloomer to first-class cricket. He debuted when he was 28, so he's awarded the Ricky Ponting medal as the best player down in Tasmania 2014-15, but he is a fantastic player. He's been a really good acquisition for Australia in first-class cricket, so just adds depth to what we had down there.
Yeah, and Tasmania, a lovely part of the world, Hobart, rated the 3rd happiest city to live in Australia. I saw that on some social media a couple of days. 3rd happiest, and WA, Perth, oh, you weren't there, you weren't in top 3. Oh, flipped leg side, it's going to be a boundary.
What? We weren't in the top 3? Are you kidding? Is that a vote done by just the Victorians or something, or the blue baggers from Sydney?
When they do those assessments or that little marketing research, we always get the pessimists from WA to put their voice up because it's a great place and we don't want anyone to know about it.
Ah, I see. That's clever. Down leg side, it's going to be wide. Good keeping. Alex Ross behind the pegs did really well there. Made good ground. Managed to hold on when his elbows hit the turf.
Very good piece of fielding. The wicky's not a full-time wicky, let's be honest, but he's done a pretty good job there. Good footwork. Fekete looks like he wants to dig the ball in to this pitch to see if there's anything in it early. Not convinced that's the right length.
Well, it's more the line. The line is awry here from Fekete. It's leg side again. It's a lovely flick of the wrist. Almost Azharuddin-like.
This is a beautiful shot from Sandeep. He was very impressive yesterday, and again, impressive against Australia.
What I love about watching Nepalese cricket, and I was lucky enough to, coach against them a lot when I was with the Dutch, the support they get all around the world is absolutely fantastic. Fekete going around the wicket now.
Still leg side. It's a lovely little pickup. It's an expensive over this. 23 off it so far. Change of angle did not help.
2 to come as well. Got 3 on the leg side, but if you're just going to attack the pads, you don't have any defence down our fine leg, you're going to cop it.
Sandeep Jora, look at this, 24 striking at 400, played so well yesterday, 54 not out yesterday off 13. Now straight up in the air, can you get there, Andrew Fekete, can you? Spills it, spills it. Oh no.
Oh, the Nepalese fans are happy, they're up and about early, but this is an opportunity to drag back the over, and he's put it down.
Pumped, finds the gap. What an over that is. 29 off it, 39 without loss.
सिद्धि टाइटंस ने जीती बुल्स से सांसों की पहली जंग। अगली सदर्न डार्बी कौन जीतेगा? रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकर प्रदीप या हाई फ्लायर पवन? Watch Pro Kabaddi League Rivalry Week. Bengaluru Bulls versus Telugu Titans today at 9 p.m.
Left arm over.
Well, the Hong Kong Sixers, it's a 20th edition. 12 teams split into 4 pools of 3. Each team will play the other side once in their pool. Top 2 into the quarters, and the bottom ranked side go into the pool league. You don't want to be there, England, but you are. A little bit of spin. Wood, left arm wrist spin, and who better to talk us through it than Brad Hogg? Left arm wrist spin, go on the journey.
Not the start that you want as a left arm leggy. Had good flight there. Plenty on it, just the wrong length.
Sliced. And sliced all the way for 6. 50 up.
Well, if you're going to try and rip it and get that heavy spin on it, that overspin, you've got to get it on a good length. You just can't be on that half volley length. So you're either trying to hit the good length or you're darting it in on that Yorker length. Wood just hasn't quite got it right yet.
There's protection in the offside, but he's not going to get there. This has been an exceptional start here for Nepal.
Well, that wasn't too bad a ball from Wood, but this is Fekete before. He dropped on 24, Sandeep, and Fekete's just laid a leg there. Has not got the hands on it.
A rarity. What do you make of this start, Ryan Campbell?
Fantastic if you're a Nepalese fan. You're right on top of this game. Wood, he's bowled, what, 3 step hits to start the over. Needs to drag it back. Again, better length. The last 2 have been a lot better length. And, you know, listening to Hoggy obviously talk about left arm leg spin. But he's got to find his length. Strikes a ball or a 6 every 4.8 deliveries this lap.
Drags his length back, and a sweep shot of sorts. Away to the boundary. What a wonderful start here. 3 overs bowled, 59 without loss.
पलटन का हर फनवाला अंदाज या यू मुंबा की चतुराई का पैंतरा महाराष्ट्र डार्बी में कौन पड़ेगा किस पर भारी राइवलरी वीक पुनेरी पलटन वर्सेस यू मुंबा 3rd November at 9 p.m.
A couple of cracking games. South Africa, Pakistan, that's a beauty. 2 really strong sides. Both sides have won the tournament 5 times. More wrist spin. Fawad with his leg spinners, have always liked him. Always found he's an excellent leg spinner in all formats of the game, actually. Fawad. Now, who do we like here? Australia, Hong Kong. That should be a cracker. Good length, Brad Hogg. Driving the ball into the surface, the leggy.
He's putting a lot of energy on the ball as well. Little spin. You've got to make sure that you get it up in the air and you get that drop and drift.
Sweep shot. Top edge, Alex Ross. Alex Ross, can you? Whoa, now then. Right in front of me, Ryan Campbell. Where was the dive?
Yeah, he thought about it. I reckon he was just not quite committed to getting the kit dirty this early in the day.
They get free laundry, you know. One-hander. All the way. Could have been caught the ball before. Now he pumps one for 6.
Well, that was just a flatter delivery from Harwood Ahmed. Previous deliveries, he slowed it up. Tried to get a little bit of loop and made it difficult for the batters to hit, but that one was just too easy. And again, too flat, too full, gets the punishment.
Well, he got a life, Sundeep, on 24. Put down by Fekete, should have been taken. It was a bit of a gift, really, but he is making Australia pay here. Are you watching Kathmandu? Pokhara, are you there? We love you, Nepal. Oh, beauty, 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 beauty. Doctor finish. Now they might get one. They're going to sneak a by. I love that. That's what the 6 is all about. 4 overs bowled, 74 without loss.
Big side of the win, Christo. Yeah.
It's a little bit chilly. Dare I say it? It's a little bit chilly today. Yesterday was very warm. Now, Dan Christian, captain of Australia. This is a beauty. A lovely way to finish the over. And then Alex Ross just says, I'm going to play a bit of 10-pin bowling and give you a bye. Needs to deliver here, Ryan Campbell. Dan Christian has to step up with the ball.
He does, and he started with a bumper first up, which, look, always nice to see. But then you think to yourself, well, if you bowl that and then show it first up, you can only bowl one for the over. Now he's going to have to go to his, I guess, variations of taking pace off, changing in the field. He's going to move another one over to the leg side. He's going to bowl round the wicket, trying everything, the old boy.
He's trying everything. He's only bowled one ball. Sundeep, 43, not out. Oh, beautiful. What a star this young man is. Captain, delivery again.
It's a very good shot. Oh, I got to say, I'm not convinced about coming around the wicket to him. I feel like you're bowling into his wheelhouse.
What's the wheelhouse, Hoggy?
Your favourite.
One-hander again, losing a little bit of shape, but still delivering. 50! Back-to-back 50s for the captain. Wonderful innings. He marches off with his side in a terrific position.
That's a wonderful innings from Sandeep. He's really put Australia under pressure. And Nepal, 82 for no loss. I've got to laugh about this delivery because he's just changed the field the previous ball. And that's where the fielder was the previous ball. But because he got a finer, Sandeep, he changed the field, pushed it behind square a little further. And that's just good batting from Sandeep, understanding where the fielders are and finding that gap.
Bibek Yadav is the new man. And what a platform to come in at. Oh, up she goes. Into the stands. 6 first ball for Bibek.
Whoa, that went a long way back. I don't think that even touched the stands. I think that's over the back. Dan Christian under the pump now.
I think Australia are in a bit of trouble here because Nepal's bowling is very strong. Brad Hogg, if they can get another 20 or 30 here, in a really strong position.
Yeah, their pass score would have to be 120 to really put Australia under pressure here. But their bowling is good. But if we look at the better teams yesterday, 120 is the score that's going to put them under pressure.
Well, they should get there, really. Now, no timing, but it's only 43 metres over extra cover, so enough. 5 overs bowled. Nepal, 94 of that loss.
राइवलरी वीक में सबकी सांसें थमेगी जब सबसे बड़े राइवल्स के बीच घमासान टक्कर होगी। Pro Kabaddi League Rivalry Week, 2nd to 7th November on the Star Sports Network and Disney Plus Hotstar.
Well, another action-packed day here in Hong Kong. 10 more fixtures, some mouth-watering contests. South Africa-Pakistan, for me, is going to be a cracker of a game. Stay with us for the day. Settle in. Saturday, rest up. Wood for a second. Interesting call, this, because he got pumped for 20 in his first over, and he's been pumped for 4 the first ball of the last over.
They did this yesterday. They went to him for their second over, so it's obviously something they've spoken about at length. But he is seriously under the pump in this last over.
Clubs away, leg side. Taken in the deep. Very, very good catch. Sam Heaslett in the deep. I thought he may have bowled this over using his height on the fence.
Good piece of bowling, that just loaded up, causing Lokesh to hit it a little lower. He couldn't get enough to get over that fielder. That's a great piece of fielding in the deep. It was a tough chance. It was going like a rocket. But Nepal, 98 for 1.
Narayan Joshi, the new man. A little bit of width. Well, the over started with a boundary, but since then, excellent from the wrist spinner.
He's bowled well. This was the wicket. Just didn't get the elevation, and he's on the boundary line. He's a big lad. Jumped up and took a specky.
Again, in the game, a better catch. Makes the ground, Heaslett tracks the ball and gets his fingers underneath.
It's not a bad option having Wood, just a little bit of extra height, a little bit of overspin as well, and just making it difficult for the Nepalese batsmen to find those boundaries out the back end. And Bebek is on his way for 12. And Nepal 99 for 2.
Rashid Khan. That's 6. 100 up. That's how you do it. Just hit it over Heaslett's head.
Well, he was the man out there, Heaslett, but able to get under that delivery. More elevation. Hit it clean as a whistle. 6 runs. Important 6 runs for Nepal.
Big ball, this last ball of the innings. Just 11 off the over. 17 off the over. Turns it into a really good over for Nepal to finish. 111 for 2 off their 6. 18 and a half and over. Beautiful clean strike and a lovely way to finish the first innings of match 11 here on day 2 of the Hong Kong Sixes. Nepal, very productive with the bat. 111 for 2 against Australia. Well, Ryan Campbell, that's an impressive looking Match 11, Ryan Campbell, 111 for 2. Give us your thoughts on that Nepalese batting display.
I thought it was fantastic, Sandy. The skipper led from the front once again, really put the Australian bowlers to the sword early doors. Probably bowled, like I said earlier, into his wheelhouse, which is that leg side. Scored so many of his runs just behind square. Got him off to an absolute flyer. And is it enough? We don't know. If they bowl well, which we've seen them do, they're right in this contest. But as you can see, there were so many balls that he hit to his favourite deep square position.
Yeah, very impressive batting once again. Bowling, they started well with Heaslett. 10 off the first over. Expensive in the middle, but Wood, that last over, went for 17, but picked up 2. A decent bowling display, you would say. It's match 11. Australia and Nepal, who had 2 excellent victories yesterday. Australia needing 112 runs to win from their 36 balls. Should be a cracking run chase here in Hong Kong. Okay, let's get downstairs to Corky for the toss of match 12.
Match number 12, and the 2 captains and match referee are with me, Mr. Gandhi, Asif Khan, of course, Robin Uttappa, who's the home captain. He'll get the coin, give it a flick, Robbie. It's tail from the UAE captain. It has come down. It's come down ahead. Robbie, you happy with that? What are you going to do first and why?
Wait, let me just think about this. We're going to have to bowl first.
And is that because obviously a lot of captains yesterday looked to win it and bowl?
Yeah, also the fact that we've got mostly batters, and we need we need as much that cushion for us, and I think that cushion for us comes more from our batting than from our bowling, and so we feel bowling first will be important for us.
You're an experienced cricketer. Tell us about conditions out there. It looks an excellent surface.
Oh, the surface is really good. I think the Hong Kong cricket have done a great job with the surface. I think in the atmosphere, the setting's great. I wish we had a little bit more bowling in our stocks, but this is what we have, and we're going to try and make the most of it.
Any changes to your team?
No, we're keeping the same side.
Good luck. What would you have done? You've lost the toss. You're going to have a bat first. What would you have done first?
Yeah, good for us. I will win the toss. You have bat first. I will set good total, at least 100 above. After that, we'll stick there, inshallah. Opposition is a good team. I will give it a try. I
was going to ask you that. Playing against India, they're a great opposition to play against, and some massive names, including this man here.
Nothing planned. This is a 6-over game. Try every ball, bang, bang, out of the park.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
So the news from here, hang on, stay back here a minute. The news from here is that India won the toss. They're going to have a bowl.
Robin Uttappa winning the toss and acknowledging that they carried more batters than bowlers, and he wants to field first. The Ivy gentlemen, Ryan Campbell and Brad Hogg, 111 is what Nepal have managed to put on the board. Is that going to be enough to challenge the Aussies?
Well, it's an interesting one because I thought in some of the games yesterday, 120 wasn't enough. But Nepal have bowled so well yesterday, I think they can defend this. You know, Australia obviously probably will feel that their noses are in front, but I still think if Nepal can get a good over in early, I think the pressure's going to mount on Australia very quickly.
Here come the Aussie openers. Now, one of them has to do the job that Sandeep Jora did for the Nepalese. I wonder who it is going to be. But we're in for a cracker. 112 is the target. Australia have won both their games. Hoggy, it's not as hot as yesterday. Is Australia going to turn up the heat now? Come their chase.
Well, I hope so, but Pratish, I was very impressed with him yesterday. The 2 overs that he bowled against England were sensational. They were right on the money. If he gets the ball to swing, I can see a couple of early wickets here to Australia and Nepal putting them on the back foot. But I still think they're 9 runs short of par score here to really put Australia under the pump.
It'll be Pratish who will start the bowling for Nepal. 13 T20s in the past. Got a decent strike rate. And it's Wood to take strike. There's the first ball. For a second. You have to run. Single to start off proceedings.
What you can expect from Nepal is some very good fielding. They were outstanding in the field yesterday, and they put everything into what they do in the field. Some good catches are required if they're going to defend this total.
All right. That good length area, and that's just a single. This is a quiet start, Hoggy. Singles. No boundaries, no sixes yet.
It's only 2 balls, but it's a nervous start for Australia. One thing Nepal and India do is play a lot of hard tennis ball cricket, which would be very similar to sixes in some regions.
Oh, it's up in the air. Is it a fielder? Yes. Gets the fielder, and that's Heaslett. That's a wicket in the very first over. It sets Australia back.
And that hard ball tennis would help with their fielding, and also changes in the way that they bowl with the deliveries that they are going to challenge Australia with. And Pratish, again, just sensational lengths, getting the ball to move away slightly, and Heaslett just trying to overhit it. It's a brilliant catch on the in the deep, easy as they come. Australia lose their first, 2 for 1, in a bit of trouble.
दिल्ली टाइटंस ने जीती बुल्स से सांसों की पहली जंग। अगली सदर्न डार्बी कौन जीतेगा? रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकर प्रदीप या हाई फ्लायर पवन? वॉच प्रो कबड्डी लीग राइवलरी वीक बेंगलुरु बुल्स वर्सेस तेलुगु टाइटंस today at 9 p.m.
The big man, the captain, is at the crease. That goes to the fielder once again. A wealth of experience for Dan Christian. He's already got a 50. But take a look at what they have to chase. They've already lost a wicket. There's a huge responsibility on the man.
Mate, this is a massive wicket. Heaslett was so good yesterday. High ball, didn't get it anywhere near the middle of the bat. And that is a big wicket for Nepal.
Brilliant over until now. That's going to be another single. And 4 on the board for Australia. And take a look at that experience that we were talking about, Dan Christian. He's won 9 domestic T20 titles. He's played for pretty much all the teams there, hasn't he? Brisbane, Melbourne.
Played for everyone, old Dan Christian.
And that goes out of the park. The first 6. And it's Dan Christian easing the pressure of Australia. It's 10 for 1 at the end of the first over. Narayan Joshi with the second over. Two back-to-back sixes for the Aussies. 16 for 1, and we go to the dugout where Nashi's got a very special guest alongside her.
Oh yeah, I have a very special guest here, Suren. I've got Indian player Kedar Jadhav here with me today for a quick chat. Now, Kedar, how are you feeling about being part of the Hong Kong Sixers?
Very excited. Growing up, in back in the time where we were young, we always used to, watch these games on television, and we always wanted to be part of such a tournament where, it's entertaining. It is like it's short. The location is awesome. The host of the nation is also like they're very caring, encouraging, and that is what you want as a cricketer.
And how's your Hong Kong experience been so far? Are you enjoying the city?
I am definitely enjoying like never before, and I'm grateful to the God and to the opportunity I have. I think this is a wonderful place where we come, we play a short game which is hour. Just it takes hour to finish one game, and after that we have.
Right arm over.
$40 for 1. The captain Dan Christian is at strike. He's got Jack Wood, the company. Australia managed to knock off 30 runs off that second over. Rashid Khan into the attack. Gentlemen, we've got a game on our hands. Seems like this chase is going to be very adventurous.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those targets, isn't it? 111. And if you bowl 2 good overs, even 1 good over, you feel like you're in front of the game. But these Australian batters just will be trying to dominate from the outset to really put the pressure back onto Nepal.
We had 1 good over from Pratish, but the next 3 fixtures, India taking on UAE, New Zealand taking on Oman, and then England, possibly one of the teams between India and UAE. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 41 for 1. And India, they're coming off that huge loss against Pakistan. It was pretty one-sided, but these are the pools. India play UAE, and 2 teams will make it to the quarterfinals, and the team that comes in third will go into the Bowl League. That is a huge game. And then, of course, England got their task cut out. Went on to Australia. Got a cracker of a day lined up. That's a good ball. Surprising they didn't go for the double.
Yeah, excellent bowling though. I know that Dominic Cork when he was having a look at the pitch, he spoke about how to bowl Yorkers and where he should be bowling Yorkers. And these young lads from Nepal, they need to hit the spot because they know if they miss by a fraction, Dan Christian's going to be all over them.
Well, this is turning out to be a very good over. 3 singles, but the man, Dan Christian, he had a great knock. A 50 of just 13 deliveries. It's what they need, Hoggy, don't they?
Well, they do. They just don't want to let things meander on and let Joshy control things with this over here. It's just been sensational over from Joshy, but that innings yesterday from Dan Christian was just dominant against the English. All pass to the ground. Short balls, full balls. They had no idea where to bowl to him.
And Nepal clearly do because he's played 4 deliveries. Only got 9 runs on the board. Things are slowing down for Australia, and just when you say that, Jack Wood smashes it into Kaloon.
We didn't have to do anything different, Josh. He just had to look for those Yorkers. He tried the slower ball on that good length. He didn't quite get that good length. It was too full, and that's just easy pickings for the powerful Wood.
Now Rashid, 1-6 in this over of 4 deliveries. He's kept things relatively quiet. At this stage, Nepal were 55 for no loss. And that's another 6. They need some more of these lusty hits. Jack Wood, second 6 of the over. Ran still. Australia need more.
Of course they need more, but if this bloke stays here, he's got 12 up his sleeve. Well, he's only got 6 up his sleeve now before having to retire, but he's the guy that's been able to change the feeling of the innings. Every time he's on strike, you think it's going out of the ground.
Identical scores at this stage for both sides. Australia finished strong. That's the 50 for Jack Wood of 12 deliveries. 3 back-to-back 6s. That has been a phenomenal innings. Australia slow start. 61 for 1. 50 of 12.
पलटन का हर फनवाला अंदाज या यू मुंबा की चतुराई का पैंतरा महाराष्ट्र डावी में कौन पड़ेगा किस पर भारी राइवलरी वीक पुनेरी पलटन वर्सेस यू मुंबा 3rd November at 9 p.m.
Then left arm over. Center.
Alex Ross comes in to join Dan Christian. 61 for 1. And Pratish, who started off the Nepal bowling, beg your pardon, comes back for his second over.
Yeah, this is a good move. You've got to try and get the breakthrough here, get Dan Christian and Alex Ross out and really put the pressure back on Australia. Go to your trump card.
And he's on the mark with his very first ball of the second over. Gets Dan Christian. He's bowling straight. And that is a huge blow for the Aussies.
Hoggy just mentioned that they needed to bring their best bowler back and get a wicket. And what a wicket it is. Dan Christian, he batted so well. He's out for 9. And he's on his way. And Australia are 61 for 2.
Three over 61, Australia still need over 50. As Fawad Ahmed comes to the crease.
Fawad Ahmed out the bat, into bat, lower order bat. I'd bring one of the deep fielders in and try and keep him off strike. rather than keep him on the boundary.
Just like that, Hoggy. 2 batsmen at the crease. Australia needing a mountain.
Well, that's the wicket there. I'll go the other way, Hoggy. I would say that they should do a Hong Kong and he should just knock his stumps over and hurry up and try and get Wood back in. Run yourself out, mate.
Pratish. Third delivery. And while that's flying, that'll ease some pressure off Australia. It's been a very good over. Wicket of the first delivery. Now a 6 from Alex Ross.
It was a beautiful ball to Dan Christian where it just seemed in off a good length, but he was looking for the Yorker there to Alex Ross. Didn't quite get it. Got dispatched.
Fourth batter to hit a 6 today of the very first delivery that they face. It's a good short ball, and that goes to the boundary. Been 4 deliveries, 11 runs.
Yeah, very good on the short ball, Alex Ross, the sweepologist. I wonder if we're going to see some of that come out a little bit later on.
Alex Ross was awarded the Bradman Young Cricketer of the Year award in 2016. It's a full delivery. Really good delivery, but a really good shot. Smashes another boundary.
Well, it's a good ball, but sometimes in this tournament, when you've only got 4 fielders, those good balls are going to go for 4. And the bats these days are a little bit heavier down on that toe. And that enabled Alex Ross to be able to get full value for the shot.
Right, final delivery of Pratish's spell. 15 of this over. And a Yorker to finish things off. What a spell from Pratish. 3 wickets for just 24.
That's fantastic bowling. Bit of variety. Going for the Yorker. Again, executing it well. Not giving Ross any room. That's under the nose. That's how you bowl the Yorker. Brilliant bowling by Pratish. Alex Ross out. Australia 76 for 3.
Right, 36 required of 12 deliveries. Fawad's at the crease. Takeri joins him. There's a man sitting in that dugout, itching to get back into the middle.
Yeah, they're going to have some spin here from Nepal. Knock your stumps over, Australia. Bring the retired batter. We saw it yesterday in Hong Kong. The 3 blokes ran themselves out. The Aussies, you just need one. Get your man back.
How good was that ball from Pratish? That is high up in the air. And it's got the distance. That's 6.
Well, I don't think we need Wood. There's a bit of forward motion going on here.
A little optimistic. Well, that 6 takes Australia to 83. 29 required from 11. Fasten your seat belts. That hasn't got the distance. All short of that fielder at long off.
The brotherhood, your spin bowling brotherhood, you just want to keep batting. Get out there, Hoggy, and tell him, get off the ground, mate.
Oh, it's been a very good over. Ryan Campbell is absolutely distraught right now what he's watching. Jack Wood still in the dugout. Sixes are hard to come by. Even Piketty has got a little smile on his face. Nothing there. That's a boundary. The equation is down to 24 of 8. No long off. And another fielder goes to long on. Hoggy, what's happening?
This is why the batters used to throw to the fielders. In those tough circumstances when bowlers needed to have the bat in hand. The batters were always helping out the bowlers in Australia, and this is where we're going to see the best of Feketi and Farwood Ahmed with the bat today.
And that was a wide. Oh, that is another great ball. They managed to sneak in a bye there.
Smart by the keeper, not running the batter out.
Someone tell these blokes what's going. Read the script, lads.
Don't think the Nepalese boys want a wicket. They're pretty happy keeping Fawad and Feketi at the crease. Don't want Jack Wood to come and hit those mighty sixes. Well, they do get a wicket. And Lokesh picks up Fawad. And that means Australia are 90 for 4. One more over to go.
Farwood Ahmed out for 8. Australia 90 for 4.
राइवलरी वीक में सबकी सांसें थमेगी जब सबसे बड़े राइवल्स के बीच घमासान टक्कर होगी। Pro Kabaddi League Rivalry Week, 2nd to 7th November on the Star Sports Network and Disney Plus Hotstar.
At the crease, but these are the non-strikers and 22 required of the last over.
Foz Nepal here. I'd be bringing the fielders in, not letting Feketi get off strike. If he gets the 4, that's fine. But if you can get a couple of dots on him and he gets a couple of boundaries, you'll win this game. Bring the field in. Don't let Wood get on strike if you can avoid it.
Ryan Campbell is at the edge of his seat. Here comes the first ball from Bibek.
Well, now your retired batsman finally gets on strike. He's got 5 balls to score 21 runs. What a waste of the last over. These blokes. Ego got in the way. I want to bat. Hoggy, tell them. Get out of there.
You just want bowlers come over, get punished, and not be able to have the excitement of trying to find a boundary themselves.
Exactly.
Selfish mindset from batters. Selfish mindset.
It's a cracker for sure. And that's a dot delivery. Is that out? Oh, it's not out. 5 of 21 is now 4 of 21 is what Jack Wood needs to get. It was his 13th delivery. So close.
Yeah, the pressure is mounting now. The retired batsman coming back in. He had 5 balls to win the game for Australia, and he's up against it.
The Nepalese crowd, the volume's going up. A huge delivery coming up. That goes to the boundary. 17 of 3. 3 sixes should do the job.
Oh, keep that foot behind the line, young man. Do not bowl a wide or a no ball. 3 sixes needed off the last 3 balls. A script writer couldn't do it even better for you, Hoggy.
Well, we could even have the first draw of the tournament. 2 sixes and a 4.
There's anticipation. And that's another great delivery. Has he won the game for Nepal? Vivek Yadav. No sixes yet. And those expressions, those emotions on the Aussie faces tell you the story. 16 required of 12. They really messed this up, didn't they?
Well, I got to say, Australia's tactics were very puzzling. They had an opportunity to get their retired batter back in with probably an over and a half to go, but instead they wasted some balls, and now they find themselves out of the out of this game.
That's a happy Dominic Cork, and that's another wicket. 1 over from Vivek to close out this match. Jack Wood, the half-centurion, came back, but Vivek on the money.
Wonderful performance from Nepal. Deserved winners of this fixture. Bowled brilliantly, batted brilliantly, but didn't finish that brilliantly.
And what a win for Nepal. They edge out Australia by 11 runs. What a terrific final over from Vivek Yadav. And also a worthy mention to the captain Sandeep Johra, who was sensational with the bat. But in the end, just keeping their nerve in that last over and keeping Jack Wood off strike for as long as they can.
I just thought they bowled exceptionally well. Pratish was brilliant up front, keeping it tight in that first over. And then Rashid, the third over, he had 3 great Yorkers in the first 3 balls that he bowled at that over, but then got pounded for a couple of boundaries out the back end where he tried to change it up. And then Pratish coming back in, getting the big wicket of Dan Christian, was where Nepal won this fixture.
That was a good start for Australia, but in the end, Nepal picking up wickets, regular intervals, and that is the winning moment. Jack Wood was the danger man, but only 10 of that last over. No sixes, and look at all these fans who are coming to support Nepal. It's a huge win for them. Australia was so strong yesterday. And Christian congratulating the Nepalese boys. It's a moment they are going to savor for a long, long time. And Nepal, a victory for them by 11 runs. It's India in action next, up against UAE. Jack Wood, 55 of 16 deliveries, but a bunch of wickets in between. And the pressure was mounting on Australia, and eventually they were short by 11 runs, 100 on the board. And what a spell from Pratish, 3 wickets of 2 overs.
Yeah, Pratish, he was brilliant. Hazlitt, that was a good piece of bowling, just getting the ball to slightly move away from Hazlitt and cause that mishit out of the covers. And this wicket of Dan Christian, this was in the 4th over when they needed to change the momentum, and then a beautiful Yorker to Ross, and Joshi getting that wicket of Farward Ahmed. But Patel was just way too good for Australia, and Vivek just getting that final wicket of Wood out the back end. Wood had an impressive game, 50 and 2 for 35. But I felt Pratish's 3 for 24 was a turning point for Patel, and Sandeep's 51 was also a beautiful contribution.
That's the points table at the end of that game. Who would have thought that Nepal would have managed to beat Australia and England and stay at the top of the points table. So Nepal, the #1 spot, and Australia now, 2nd spot. But for everyone tuning in from India, this is a massive game. India taking on the UAE in match 12 of the Hong Kong Sixes. It was Robin Uthappa who won the toss a while back and chose to field, acknowledging he might be missing a few bowlers, a few all-rounders. As I welcome Abhishek Jhunjhunwala. You know these boys. You know what they're missing, a bowler definitely.
Thanks, Ray. Not just one, they're missing a few, to be honest. But it's an exciting game for India and a must-win if they want to qualify for the quarters. The saving grace is, and it's Khalid Shah who's out there in the middle for UAE, and Bharat Chipley. Oh, good to see him. He didn't get a bowl yesterday, and he's starting the proceedings for India. So we can expect a bit of swing from Bharat Chipley. Fancy is rolling his arm on most days.
Gone! First ball, Chipley, where were you yesterday?
That's my question. I know. What has he done? And look at that. Look at that for a reaction from Bharat Chipley. He cannot believe what he has just done. A wicket with his very first delivery. Just brilliant. The batter just losing his shape, going for a big one. Asif Khan out for a duck. And none for one, UAE.
Well. A great start. Zuhaib in. Played so well yesterday. Beautiful start today. Wicket the first ball. A 6 the second. Good morning, Dominic.
Good morning, Niall. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, what a start for India. On the back of that loss yesterday to Pakistan. Must-win game if they want to stay in the cup. Both of these teams are looking for a win. Surely that's not a wide. That's nearly bowled him leg stump. And Chipley has an argument a little bit. First ball wicket, second ball 6, third ball wide.
Well, I have it on good authority, Dominic Cork. Down the ground. Catch is the call. No timing. Should get a single. I have it on good authority, Dominic Cork, that Bharat Chipley was taken out last evening by our fellow commentator, Abhishek Jhunjhunwala, for a pep talk about yesterday's performance. And hasn't he answered the critics, Abhishek?
Well, I just want to know, what did he say?
It showed him exactly what to do, and definitely worked the very first delivery. Started off with a wicket. Nearly got a second one too, Niall.
I'd love a pep talk from you tonight. Oh, that's gone for 5 wides. We heard from Bharat a little earlier.
The last time I played, it was in 2010, when I had come with Anil Kumble, Sridhar Shriram, Akhil, Stewart again. So back here again, and it's a good format to play also. I like this format.
We all love this format. It's the 20th edition of the Hong Kong Sixes. Who wouldn't love a 6-over game? Now, what's Robbie up to here? He's hiding behind those glasses. They're fancy. He batted in those yesterday. Same side for India. No changes, which is slightly surprising. Robbie up top with bat and gloves. Tiwari, Stuart Binney is he's their sole seam bowler. I'm not going to call him a fast bowler. seam bowler. Plenty of spin. The UAE, they've got some explosive batters. Two players in form at the crease. Clubbed. Tonked. Gone for 6. First over has been exhilarating.
Yeah, all I can say that the pep talk was just for the first delivery, not for the full over.
You're not claiming the 5 wides. Anyway, we'll have a pep talk tonight. Shuffling across. Oh, that's delicate. Isn't that a cute? Well done, Ryan Campbell. Well fielded. 24 for 1.
दिल्ली टाइटंस ने जीती बुल्स से सांसों की पहली जंग। अगली सदर्न डार्बी कौन जीतेगा? रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकर प्रदीप या हाई फ्लायर पवन? वॉच प्रो कबड्डी लीग राइवलरी वीक बेंगलुरु बुल्स वर्सेस तेलुगु टाइटंस टुडे at 9 p.m.
Big game for both sides. Needing a win. UAE inserted by Robbie Utapa. India were humbled yesterday, but they look up and about today. They really do. They look up for this challenge.
Now let's see if you bowl leg spinners or off spinners. He did well as a leg spinner. He used to bowl leg spin throughout his career in first class cricket, and even in the IPL he has bowled a few overs. Oh yeah, let's see what he goes for today. Or his slinging action, Manoj Tiwari.
Seam up. Absolutely smashed into the big screen.
Don't know what to say about that. That was asking to be hit. A slower delivery.
Well, wasn't a great deal on that delivery, not much behind it. What's happened? There's your mate, Chippers! Bharat! Oh, it doesn't like me. Here we go! Can you? Can you? Bharat jump higher!
He should have. He could have jumped a bit higher. But look at that for a jump from Bharat Chipley. But again, well timed, yeah. Being a bit harsh to him.
Six, 6, 6. This is a wonderful start here for the UAE.
Yeah, not a wonderful start for Tiwari and his seam bowling. Robbie Utapa said at the toss that we're struggling with their bowling options. You can see why. The moment, 18 from the first 3 deliveries, and India under a little bit of pressure here.
Well, we've already seen Nepal beat Australia today. Hey, 4th one. That's a lovely Brian Lara flick off the hips.
Well, this could well be the first 6 sixes in this tournament. Wouldn't be surprised. I think Manoj Tiwari needs to think about his medium pace option here.
Obviously, he wasn't out last night. You didn't give him any advice, no?
No, he wasn't, yeah. He stayed in.
Go again! Go again! Why wouldn't you? 5 6s in a row! Khalid Shah, the southpaw!
This is sensational batting. Even though the ball was there. But now, does he go for the 6th one?
You betcha bottom dollar is going for a 6-6. Oh, pumped down the ground for a boundary. What a wonderful over. 34 off it. 58 for 1. Well, 58 for 1 off just 2 overs. If you're tuning in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Sharjah, Ajman, your team is doing you proud. 58 for 1 off 12 balls. You're tonking India everywhere. Stuart Binney. To bring a little bit of semblance to proceedings, perhaps.
You might see him bowling a couple of overs today. Nadeem being so expensive yesterday. That's an option Robin has.
Splice, no timing, should be taken, is taken. Rapturous applause. Binney into the attack, into the wicket columns.
For the Karnataka boys, starting with a wicket in their first delivery. First it was Bharat Chipley and now Stuart Binney. Zohaib out for 17 of 5. UAE 58 for 2.
For 2. Stuart Binney into the attack, into the wicket column. Sanchit Sharma. Opening bowler by trade, plays for the Gulf Giants in the ILT20. Not out, Stuart Binney. It's too high. Probably sliding down leg side, but that is a big, big breakthrough, Corky.
Well, they needed it, especially after that last over. It's not the most expensive over in the tournament so far. 36 is the most expensive over, and that wasn't with 6 sixes. This could have been 5 sixes on the trot, and eventually, and I mean eventually, Tawari gets it near enough in the hole, but 5 sixes have put the UAE in a good position midway through this first innings.
Yeah, Khalid Shah, he got 34 yesterday of just 12 balls, so he's in good touch. Clubbed down the ground, no timing. This has been an excellent start here for Stuart Binney. This was a massive breakthrough, Abhishek. They needed this. They were desperate for it.
Yeah, with that bowling, they need to pick up wickets on regular intervals. Otherwise, they're going to struggle. And Stuart started well, bowled 3 very good deliveries so far.
He was part of the pep talk crew, I believe. Brilliant. Super coach alongside me here, looks happy.
So far, everything is working for Stuart Binney. He's come with the right intent and execution with the deliveries. Also Robin Uthappa bringing him at the right time as well.
Sun just peeping through now this morning. 20 to 10 local time. Short, we saw this yesterday. It's one of Khalid's favourite areas. He's a very good puller of a cricket ball.
Still not a bad over, though, from Stuart Binney, even though this one just sits in the surface a little bit too much. He's gone for that shorter, slower delivery. And Khalid just waits and waits. Hitting it to the biggest side. When I say biggest side, it's just 2 metres bigger than it was yesterday. 47 metres instead of 45. Niall?
That's correct, yes. Those 2 metres could be the difference between a catch and a 6. Gone! Bowled him! Full, straight, outfoxing Khalid, and Binney has a second.
Another slow delivery from Stuart Binney also. Was the right length, not the right option by the batter. Going across the line rather than going straight down the pitch. And a couple of wickets really sets UAE back. He's out for 42, 67 for 3.
3 down, the UAE. And in a little bit of trouble, actually. Akif Raja, the new man in. Very handy pace bowler, but run rate's good, but 3 wickets is the issue. Shabaz Nadeem. Left arm finger spin. Very handy operator with ball in hand. Really just try to jam these Yorkers in. Well, India fought back well here. And Stuart Binney has been exceptional.
Again, looking at the final delivery of the previous over, the perfect length was a slow delivery again. The wrong option by the batter, just going across the line. We have seen batters who've gone downtown been more successful on the surface.
Well, go downtown. You're more successful. That is proper downtown.
Yeah, poor delivery. I think on slower surfaces it is the right option. Obviously that is a freebie because it's a full toss. But anything into the surface, you want the batter to play that cross shot towards leg side, offside. It gives you a chance of a bowler. When players are looking to hit you downtown, you're under a bit of pressure. This one a little bit lucky. Little inside edge or run away for a boundary. So 10 from the first 3 deliveries. It's a better start in the over for the UAE.
Well, the games that are on the horizon, New Zealand versus Oman, 10-20. England versus UAE or India. The loser of this game will play that, and that is the...
And poor option by the batter. Sanchit going across the line. And nowhere close to the pitch of the delivery either. Nicely bowled by 77 for 4 UAE.
Zahor, the new man, premier fast bowler, needs to put bat to ball here. Bit of work to do for the UAE. Bat to ball, stick it over the sheds. That's how you get into your innings.
Yeah, and we talked about on this surface, maybe slightly stickier than it was yesterday. Hitting down the ground is the better option. Players that are playing across or cross-batted shots have struggled today. Bowlers have got to bowl it into the surface as well. Don't lob it in the air.
Finds the middle of the blade, but finds the man in the deep. 4 overs bowled, 84 for 4. Well, Nepal have already beaten Australia. New Zealand will play Oman next. That's part of the Bowl League match. England will play UAE or India. Australia, Hong Kong, South Africa, Pakistan, a couple of mouth-watering quarterfinals. Good flip. Lovely little flip leg side from Zahor.
They're not very good execution from Stuart Binney. Going for the Yorker, just missing his length. Easy picking for the batter. Full toss on the leg stump. Could have hit it for a 6. Just getting a boundary there.
88 for 4 with still 11 balls remaining. So obviously the premier batters out, but they somehow can get to 120. They're in the game here, the UAE. Very well bowled. That's, no, I don't know. Corky's jumped out of a seat.
That's 2 now. I've got to be honest, same umpire, that's 2. I think that's harsh. In this form of the game, batters just slightly move around and the bowlers should be given a little bit more leeway. Talk about the total, think about what Nepal got against Australia. 111 was a winning total. So can the UAE put India under pressure? Look, their better suit, India, is their batting. the stronger batting team.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's another boundary. A cracking game this morning. We had a brilliant encounter. Nepal, who dusted England yesterday, they beat Australia today and totally outplayed Australia. Truth be told, not any luck, no fortune, just outskilled, outbatted, outfielded and outbowled. Pratish was sensational with the ball. Captain Sundeep, brilliant, back-to-back 50s. Wonderful time to be a Nepalese cricket fan.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent in that part of the world, Nepal, and great to see them doing so well in this competition so far.
Yeah, they've got their own league starting on the 30th of November, so that's a huge moment for cricket in Nepal. The Nepal Premier League, and Paras Katka, the former Nepal captain and the father figure really of cricket in that region, is heading up that tournament. So I saw Martin Guptill, he is signed, Scott Kugeline, and I can't name a name, but there's a big Indian star that is heading towards Nepal to play in their new league.
We'll be giving it a wide. Don't leave us hanging. The big Indian star, I'm going to guess, MS Dhoni?
No, I think he was retained, wasn't he?
Oh, you know, Virat Kohli, are we going this big? Come on, Niall, tell us who's going.
I can't. I just can't. You got to just stay on the socials.
You can't throw it out there if you're not going to name the names.
This is what it's all about. Look at Nepal.
It's not what it's all about if you're an England fan. What are they doing? -6. Thank goodness the net run rate doesn't have a part of this tournament, because they'll be on the flight home already.
It's going to be a wide. What has happened to England, Corky? Come on.
Time difference. Serious time difference. You know, think about, what is it from India here? Couple of hours. Parts of Australia, same timeline. You know, that's what's been a struggle for England, and the fact they've been hopeless.